how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter, and today I'm asking for your help. Yes, this video is going to be about California guns and California gun laws, but I am enlisting the help of every single Second Amendment supporter across the country to band together and stand behind the law-abiding gun owners here in the state of California. We are Second Amendment supporters too, and we have a large voice when we band together. So I need that voice to help us because we are currently under attack by even broader gun control measures that are being proposed by our Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom plans to run for governor of the state of California in 2018, and believe it or not, he's actually running on a platform of gun control. His first step in 2016 is to propose ballot measures that would change the face of gun control in the country. Not just the state, because as you know, when gun control measures are passed here in the state of California, they tend to get adopted elsewhere. Other states like Connecticut and New York would almost certainly follow. Even if it was contested by the NRA, Gun Owners of America, Cal Guns, everybody that would take the state of California to court, it would still be adopted. It would still change the face of gun control in the entire country. So I need everybody to band together and help us out on this one, okay? Because we have a lieutenant governor who plans to run for governor basically on a platform that is anti-constitutional. What he's proposing to do is wide sweeping, especially when it comes to ammunition. Now, number one, he wants to ban large capacity magazines in the state of California. Some of you might remember that Los Angeles enacted similar laws and regulations for city and city limits. Those of you who think that those types of magazines are already banned here in the state of California, they are currently, okay? So you currently can't buy or import those types of magazines, but if you had them prior to the ban, they're grandfathered in. He wants you to turn those in, to take them out of state, or get rid of them, sell them, whatever you have to do, but they'll be banned across the entire state now, not just Los Angeles and Los Angeles County. Okay, now here's one of the big ones. He wants background checks at point of sale for every single ammunition purchase. If I was to go to Walmart and I wanted to buy a box of 22, which you can't find anyway, but if I was to buy a box of 22, he wants a background check done at that time, which of course you're going to have to pay for. So he wants a background check for that ammunition purchase. If I was to leave the store and go, oh, you know what, I was going to get some 9mm and go back into the store, that's another transaction, and that's another background check, and he wants it done through the NICS system, okay? And he wants any large ammunition purchase to be reported. Then, on top of that, he wants anybody that wants to sell ammunition in the state of California to be licensed. That means that I can't sell ammunition to my father-in-law. Hey, I have some 9mm, I'll give it to you for $5 or whatever it might be, right? I can't do that anymore because I'm not licensed to sell ammunition in the state, and if I was to sell it to him, that would require a background check for all of these purchases. So now you have places who maybe not licensed to sell ammunition, but sell ammunition everywhere across the state. They're going to have to get licenses. They're going to have to do reporting. They're going to have to do background checks. We're going to have to pay for them. And it is going to change the way we get ammunition here in the state of California. It's going to prevent a lot of people from even getting it, especially if you're poor. If you can only afford a $10 box of 9mm to protect yourself, that's all you have. Everything else has to go to rent and groceries. Well, now you have to pay for a background check. It is directly going to impact the people who can't afford to protect themselves in this state, the lower income people. I might be able to afford the background check, but he can't. That's not to say that I'm going to abide by that, and that's not to say that I stand behind it only if you're rich, but it's going to affect them the most. Now, when you talk about large quantity ammunition purchases, let's say 500 round plus, there are boxes of 22 caliber that are more than 500 rounds in one box. That would have to be reported. And you'll have to get a background check. Now, as we all know, background checks, there's mistakes all the time. Mistakes happen, you know, missed identities and stuff, and you can be turned away from buying ammunition that could have saved your life later. These proposals are horrible, and I need everybody to stand up and fight against this. Because, as you know, this is a very blue state. For some reason, the Second Amendment has become very partisan. It's become a partisan issue where blue is against the Second Amendment and red is for the Second Amendment. That's not the way it should be. It shouldn't matter whether or not you are a Democrat or a Republican. We may disagree on a lot of stuff, but we should agree on one thing, that the Constitution and the Bill of Rights upholds our security and our freedom. But we have here in the state of California a lieutenant governor who is running on a platform of anti-Constitution. And it's only going to stop if we stop it from making it to the ballot to begin with. Because if it makes it to the ballot, I hate to say it, there are a lot of people in this state who don't care, who could care less, who are just anti-gun because they've been brainwashed and will vote for any gun control measure that hits that ballot, regardless of what it is, even if it's a complete ban on the Second Amendment. Now, my argument to this, if you're an anti-gunner and you're watching this video, my argument to this is, do I need to do a background check on you every time you want to speak? Or do you have freedom of speech at any time? Do I need to maybe report how much you're speaking to the government? Because maybe you're talking for more than an hour. Maybe you're talking about the president. Maybe it's against the president or our government. Do I need to report that or maybe give you a background check? No, nobody would stand for that. They would say it's our constitutional right. It's our constitutional right to say what I need to say. And the press who actively fights against the Second Amendment, every time they're kicked out of any type of crime scene or whatever it might be, or they want access to something and they couldn't get into Katrina or whatever it might be, they have freedom of the press and they'll stand up for that in a second. But the Second Amendment, oh, well, okay, yeah. So we're kind of for the Constitution, just not all of it, right? Now, I know I'm kind of babbling on here, but this is extremely important. I remember standing up against the SAFE Act. I live in California. I live in one of the states that's already the most gun regulated in the country. But I stood up, I made phone calls, I sent emails, I bitched, I moaned, I complained to New York people, okay? Politicians in New York. They didn't know where I was from. When Colorado proposed all the gun legislation after Sandy Hook, I wrote emails, I sent letters, I made phone calls over and over and over and over on their proposed magazine restrictions down to 15 rounds. Anytime these things happen, I always make sure to stand up for my brothers and sisters across the country, not just here in the state of California, and that's what I need for everybody else. I need for everybody else to put all of your California comments aside, all of your leave the state, anti-California rhetoric out of it, and just stand behind those of us who are here, those of us who need your help, those of us who still believe in liberty and freedom. Stand up for us. Make the phone call, send the email, and write the letter, and let Gavin Newsom know that as a country, we will not stand for more gun control. Gun control is freedom control. We need to fight this and fight it now. So this is my call to action to you. If you're still watching this video, thank you very much. Please share this video. Get it out to as many people as possible. This is a campaign that we need to push as hard as possible. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.